Hello, 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 and welcome to episode 6 of Passive Aggressive Film Reviews. I'm Richard Shittlebob.
And I'm Nathaniel Barrett Moore.
How's the week been, Nathaniel? Up to anything interesting?
Well, I have to say, a little bit of a continuation of last week, Richard.
Right.
I haven't had all of my taken up with vicious emails,
Mm-hmm.
but I have had a few to deal with, don't get me wrong.
Okay.
But I am coming to the understanding that due to the simple fact that I'm sharing a broadcast with you, this is going to be a regular part of the job.
I did warn you, to be fair. I told you that, you know, there are so many imbeciles in the world that simply won't listen to reason and sound logic, that we would be snowed under with complaints from cretins.
Well, I think one of the imbeciles and cretins in question is unfortunately yourself.
Right.
To a large degree, because the amount of response that I'm getting it is quite incredible. I know you warned me, but I didn't expect such a hostile and severe reaction.
So is your sack bulging?
It is in a good way.
Mm-hmm.
I have to say that Mr. Cock has replied.
Oh yes.
And,
The fictional Mr. Cock.
Well, if you allow me to finish, he
Right.
has replied and has requested I inform you on air of the details of his reply.
Right.
Says that he is once again offended in the extreme, this time by your disparaging remarks concerning his name. He has informed all of his family, and they too are suitably unimpressed. Please tell Richard Shittlebob to watch his back. Don't mess with the cocks.
Watch his back!
Watch your back?
Is that what he said? Watch his back!
It sounds like these cocks are hard nuts.
The cocks are out to get me by the sounds of it.
They certainly are, Richard.
I'll tell you what. I don't know if I said it exactly this way last week, but I'm genuinely trembling. Genuinely trembling.
Trembling thinking about a cock. There's all the connotations there.
A bunch of cocks chasing me down the road. I'll be too busy laughing. I'm not scared.
I think you might be worthwhile to be scared, to be honest with you.
What makes you say that?
Well, if you've got the name Cock, you're going to take some flack at school, aren't you?
I suppose so, yeah, I guess.
Kind of hard nuts. They're probably hardened to a lot of ridicule. You don't want to mess with these cocks, Richard.
I suppose that's true. Until I see them, until that first fist finds my face, I feel that there's nothing to fear.
The cocks
he's a fictional character. He doesn't exist. He's just written in using a comedy name just to get a mention on the podcast. He's pathetic. He's called Cock, and living up to his name, he really is a prick.
Well, there you are, Mr. Cock. This could be an ongoing saga. Maybe back June again next week for more instalments.
Anything else?
Saga.
Anything else besides
I do.
cock-related?
Nothing cock-related. I want to take you away from the cock.
Right.
And bring about a nice positive email, obviously, Richard. And to do with you.
Oh, good.
As you can imagine, I don't get many. But I think you'll like this one. I'm interested as to the reaction. Lord only knows how and why they've listened to our broadcast, but the Chilean Tourist Board have clearly tuned in. And have heard your humble statement of last week, my intention to visit next year. And they have offered us, yes, both of us, the opportunity to stay for a week at the Hotel Gringo, slap bang in the middle of that fishing community, and maybe do an episode from there. It was suggested that we may like to do an interview with one of the Chilean fishermen.
I would be genuinely delighted, Nathaniel. How about yourself? Well,
I've got my reservations. I mean, can you imagine how the interview might go? Tell me, Mr. Cristobal, how long have you been fishing here in Valdivia? Is that going to come across too well on our broadcast?
Irrespective of how the interview might pan out, how it might play out, I think it would be just delightful to visit. And as you know, I'm very open-minded.
Very open-minded, yeah.
So the chance to experience a new culture would just be delightful.
It's all free, board, food paid for. We've just got to find some cash for our own extravagances. So you fancy it, do you?
I think that would be absolutely fantastic, Nathaniel. If you can return the message and say a clear, ringing affirmative.
We might have to share a room.
I suppose, in the name of building good relations with the Chilean people, I could be persuaded to sleep in the same room as your good self.
You feeling okay?
Nathaniel,
You don't say so.
Nathaniel, you have me in all wrong, as always. I am a positive being. I am always ready to engage with my fellow humans. I'm absolutely fine.
If you say so. Oh, well, long may this continue. So yeah, that's about it. I mean, I've been involved in another project.
Right.
I've decided to try and go self-sufficient, Richard.
What does that mean?
Well, I got myself... You've seen The Good Life, haven't you?
Oh, Felicity.
Felicity, yeah.
Yes, yes, I remember that.
But before we go down that seedy avenue, you know, I've ordered some solar panels. I've got my vegetable patch. It's growing away like a good one. I've got my compost toilet. And I've even ordered a goat.
I mean, the solar panels, I guess I can see that.
Yeah.
The vegetables, perhaps. But a compost toilet?
Indeed.
I mean, does that do precisely what it says on the tin?
It
turns your fecal matter into nutriment to feed your garden?
Very succinctly put there, Richard. Yeah, you basically you shit in a large bucket, and then you use that for your vegetable patch.
So you're telling me that the next time I come to dinner at your house...
Are you inviting yourself, are you?
The next time I come to dinner at your house...
Yes.
The vegetables we eat will have drank deeply on the matter spattered out of your anus.
Well, it's not quite as blunt as that. Obviously, you don't get this big bucket of shit and tip it all over your turnips. you have to doctor it first. You add chemicals to it to take out all of the nasty things, and then it all breaks down, and then you can use it. So it's you wouldn't be eating my shit, Richard. You've no worries there.
I wouldn't have thought that you would approve of the use of chemicals, Nathaniel. That's rather surprising.
Well, when I say chemicals, I say herbal supplements. I just use chemicals for your limited vocabulary.
Oh, I see. Yeah. And what was the fourth thing that you said? You've got
a goat.
Oh, the goat.
Yeah.
And what godly reason have you purchased a goat?
Well, obviously, you know what purpose a goat serves, surely.
Milk.
Milk, of course. Cheese, and it keeps the grass and the weeds down. Saves buying lots of kind of expensive tools, hose and rakes and things. You've got your goat, will just munch away merrily.
And perchance have you gone down into your cellar and daubed a pentagram in blood?
No, it hadn't crossed my mind to do that, no. Why would I want to be doing that?
Well, there are clear satanic connotations with the goat.
Maybe for you.
Me and Alistair Crowley, I suspect that you've got dark designs for that poor beast.
I haven't at all, no. If those dark designs, you know, mean encouraging it to eat the long grass, but I don't know what you're getting at here, Richard, but I'm not sure I like the suggestion.
You'll be attempting to summon up the Dark Lord one Sabbath, I suspect.
I hadn't considered it, but it'd be a new experience. I might
give it a go. Give it a go.
Well, if he's
let's hope he swallows you whole.
If he's not munching on the grass, I'll bloody sacrifice a little swine.
Just draw a pentagram, slit the goat's throat, let the warm blood wash over the cellar floor as you and your perverted cohorts writhe. Evil hypnotic music playing in the background. You make me sick, Nathaniel.
Well, that's something to think over, isn't it? Anyway, what have you been up to yourself this week?
As I suggested they might last week, they did actually invite me back onto Soccer AM for another appearance.
You went back?
As it turned out, I wasn't going to, and I initially turned it down. But then I received an email from Helen Chamberlain herself,
Oh, yeah.
personally asking for me to attend.
The carrot to the donkey, that, Richard, isn't it?
Well, it was hard to resist because still heavy in my mind and warm in my nostrils was her heady, intoxicating musk. Now we ended up going for a few drinks afterwards.
Really?
Helen and myself. Well, would you believe?
I wouldn't believe, actually, no, but... Did you? And how did that go?
Well, let's just say that your assertions or your intimations, should I say, were not too far wide of the mark, Nathaniel.
What was I intimating last week, Richard?
You remember. You remember.
Do I?
You certainly do. When you suggested that she might be...
I remember you were admiring her musky pheromones.
Oh.
But other than that, where you going with this?
You suggested that she may be of the rather filthy variety.
That'd be quite correct. Yes, I did.
You remember?
I do. Go on.
I'll say no more. I don't kiss and tell, Nathaniel.
Did you kiss and shag, though?
I don't. I'm saying no more.
You can't.
I've tantalised you, Nathaniel, I can tell.
You've not just tantalised me, you've tantalised the listeners.
I've tantalised you, and maybe even your tiny, insignificant pecker has awoken at the thought.
No, it's still...
I will say no more. You remain dormant.
And we've got to wait till next week for the outcome, have we?
We'll see.
Maybe you see him again?
Perhaps in my memoirs.
Okay.
Maybe 20 years down the line, when I look back upon my life, maybe this chapter will live large.
Oh, you are a tease.
I mean, an associated point, and maybe you wouldn't have guessed this from my, I think, reasonably jolly disposition today.
You sound jolly enough.
So perhaps it will come as a surprise to you when I tell you that Yvonne has left me.
No.
She's gone.
That's incredible.
Do you know how long we've been married, Nathaniel?
I've forgotten. You have to remind me.
30 years.
30 years was it? Ah, yes.
30 years, almost to the day.
Well, that's shocking news, if I may say so, Richard. What's brought about this decision?
She packed her bags and she marched out on Wednesday night.
That's awful.
She bellowed back into the house. These are her words. She said that I was an objectionable fucktard with the manners and consideration of a genital wart.
Well, she's known that for the past 30 years. Why is she leaving you now?
Good riddance, I say, Nathaniel. Good riddance.
Ah, fair play to you.
There's no going back now.
So you're not maudlin now?
There's no going back. She's already begun divorce proceedings.
Is she?
And yesterday, get this. This is going to knock your socks off.
Go on.
Yesterday, I heard that she's moved in with one of the men who used to appear on Gladiator. Gladiators, not Gladiator the movie. Gladiators, the god-awful TV show hosted by Ian Wright.
I have vague recollections of it being rather shit, yes.
Rhino, I think he was called in the TV show.
Rhino.
A squat, black-skinned creature, if memory serves correctly.
Really?
That's who she's taken up with. Good riddance.
Not gone down too well then, huh?